What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back. Today's topic is about birth and marriage problems in China. At first, I will read you guys a post. This post is posted on RedNote, our Chinese social media app, and it's from a guy who works in Chongqing. There, he said he wanted to find a marriage partner. Let's see what he wrote. I need a marriage partner who needs to be working in Chongqing. It's a big city in West China. We don't have to do the marriage registration process, and we don't have to get the marriage certificate either. We don't have to live together, but we need to help each other because our families will be asking a lot about our relationship. We can write down an agreement together. The agreement can last till 2026 or 27. In the meantime, if we have someone we like, we can end this agreement whenever needed. Or we can just keep secrets for each other. Anyway, no string attached. And if things are getting worse, we might have to split the bill and pay for our fake wedding. Anyway, simplify everything. If our relationship ends, then you can say it's my problems because I cannot have babies. Anyway, I will keep the secrets so you don't have to worry about that. This is a letter for the future marriage partner. Actually, this is not exception. This is quite common. Some people do not want to have babies or get married, but most of the parents in China are quite traditional, and most of the Chinese people do not know the economy, the political environment is getting worse almost every day. So let's try to analyze the reasons behind.
Now let's first see some data. I copied everything from National Statistics Bureau. First is the marriage data in China mainland. According to the data from the Bureau of Statistics, the marriage data in China is getting worse year after year. In 2014, the number of marriage couple was over 13 million. Later on, the number is dropping almost every year, especially after COVID epidemic 2020. Though the number rose a little bit in 2023, but it was just because many people's marriage registration was delayed because of the lockdown during epidemic. In 2024, the number dropped about 20% compared to last year. If a person comes from the future and didn't know anything about China, I think maybe he would think during this time Chinese people were involved in huge natural disasters or wars. Here is another table. The most direct effect from marriage problems is the birth rate. Most people get married because they would like to have their own families. If not, they will not get marriage done. Though the Bureau of Statistics is always trying to provide pretty but fake data to please the dictators, the birth rate number is hard to make because to monitor everyone carefully, the government requires everybody to record their ID information right after birth. So it's almost impossible to have a large number of people without ID registration. From this table, we can see the highest number appeared in the year of 2016, about 3 years after the highest number of married couples. After that, the number dropped every year as well. If you noticed, you will see the newborn population in 2023 is just half compared to 2016. This is another great job from the government. And now we have to know why these happened. The first reason is basic instinct of animals. When facing disasters or starvation, animals will stop copulating so that they can have enough resources and guarantee their own survivals. Human beings are also the same. When people are not confident about the country's future, they will protect themselves first instead of changing their life into risky mode. In 2019, fresh graduates from universities or college averagely can earn 5,331 China yuan per month. Compared to 10 years ago, it only rises a little bit. Almost nothing changed. If they live in big cities, they need at least 1,000 to 1,200 China yuan for a room. This is their renting fee, which is far from away from the city center. If they live in the city center, it's almost double the price. They might also have to pay 800 to 1,000 China yuan for transportation as well as their telephone fee. And remember, they have to eat, pay for the water, electricity, also the internet. So they could barely have any savings if they want to travel, go shopping, or unfortunately they get sick, they have to ask their parents for help. Under this kind of situation, if you ask young people to give birth, they will say, "You're kidding." They can't even have enough money for themselves. So babies have to be fed by their parents again. To make the problems even worse, currently foreign capitals and companies are moving away. Job positions and opportunities are both being squeezed. Because the big environment is not getting better, so many people who are employed are now also afraid of future possible unemployment. They're afraid of losing their jobs, so they will not get married or have kids that quickly. In China, most people have to work for quite a long time every week, and very few people get paid when overworking. There is no union or organization to protect workers' rights. When people are sick or having babies, the government never pays them anything. Instead, they ask entrepreneurs to give them maternity leaves and salary. That's why many entrepreneurs will not continue the contract when people are about to have babies. Currently, many companies simply choose not to hire anyone between 30 and 40 years old, so they don't have to provide maternity leaves or salary for them. And now we're having an aged society. Many people in China were born in 1960 and 1980. So people who were born during this time already retired now. Since 1980, the government announced one kid policy. So now, even everyone is getting married, the birth rate will not be as high as it was in the past. Here is a possible future prediction. First is about the social welfare. Actually, the government will not change its policy. If the government is giving more social welfare to the citizens, later on the citizens will ask for more. That's why they would think it's a huge investment. And also, when people are not having problems with survivals, they will ask for more rights and protect themselves. And in this way, the dictator's ruling will be destroyed. Second is that we have too many old people now, but very few young people. Therefore, limited resources and limited labor will cause starvation, also the lack of pension. And the government might choose to have a wall or lockdown again to lock people at home. COVID epidemic lockdown was a very good experiment because through the experiment, the government knew many Chinese people can suffer almost everything and they would not complain or protest. So if they can lock people at home and starve old people, make them die, then they will have enough resources and pension for the rest.